Dear listeners, I welcome you to my channel. Leave your comments and impressions, I value your opinion. The early morning sunlight peeks through the half-open blinds, casting striped shadows across the kitchen floor. I stand, a cup of coffee untouched on the counter, the contents cold and forgotten. My eyes are glued to the piece of paper that lies flat before me, the words written in her familiar, flowing script. A script that now details the end of our 15-year marriage. I crave youthful blood and beauty, and you can no longer give me that. Goodbye. The words sting, a brutal slash across my already fragile ego. Each syllable echoes in the silence of our gnome apartment. I ball the letter in my fist, the paper crinkling loudly in the quiet morning. Anger surges through me, but it's quickly doused by a deep, unyielding pain. How could she? After all these years, to lead with such cruel words, but the sting of betrayal only fuels a new, burning resolve within me. Fine, I muttered to myself. The words a whispered vow the empty room. You want to start fresh? So will I. My phone vibrates on the table, and I snatch it up. It's my friend, Mark, texting to check in after our brief, frantic call last night when I first found the letter. I quickly type a response, my thumb slamming against the screen harder than necessary. Meet me at the usual spot. We need to talk. Urgent. Dropping the phone into my pocket, I grab my jacket and keys, slamming the door behind me. The cool morning air hits my face as I step outside, my mind racing with possibilities. Revenge? No, too petty, and it wouldn't bring her back. But I need to do something, make some grand gesture to counteract this crippling feeling of being discarded. The cafe is buzzing with the morning rush as I push through the door. Mark is already there, nursing a steaming mug of black coffee. He looks up, his expression a mix of concern and anger on my behalf. Mike, man, he looked like hell, he says, gesturing for me to sit down. I slump into the chair across from him, my heart heavy. She left, Mark. Left me a letter and just vanished. Said our marriage was dull and that I couldn't give her what she wanted anymore. Mark's jaw tightens, and he leans forward, his voice low and intense. So, what's the plan? We can't let her just get away with this, not after she blindsided you like that. I shake my head, unsure. I don't know yet, but I need to prove something, not just to her, but to myself. I've been complacent, maybe she's right about that part, but I'll change that. I'll start something new, something big. Like what? Mark's interest is piqued. He knows I'm not one for rash decisions. I'm not sure yet, I confess. But I want to start by finding out everything about her new life. If she's after youthful blood and beauty, let's see what that really means for her. Mark nods, determination setting in his features. We'll figure this out, Mike. We'll turn this whole damn situation around. You're not in this alone. The determination in his voice is contagious. Yes, I'll dive into something new, something that demands passion and innovation. Maybe start that business I've always talked about, the one she claimed was a foolish dream. And while I'm at it, I'll delve into her world, see what she's left me for. If she wants a new life, I'll show her that I can have one too, and it will shine just as bright, if not brighter. As I leave the cafe, my resolve solidifies. This isn't just about moving on. It's about transformation, a rebirth from the ashes of my broken heart. The game has changed, and I'm ready to play. The city hums with the relentless energy of midday as I navigate the crowded streets. Mark's suggestion to start my business, a high-tech startup focusing on innovative green technology, seems more plausible now as I head to a meeting that could change everything. Mike, just remember to keep it cool, okay? These investors are looking for confidence. Mark coaches me as we climb the stairs to a sleek office building in downtown. I know. I got this, I reply, adjusting my tie nervously. We are greeted by a receptionist who leads us into a large conference room overlooking the skyline. The room is filled with potential investors, men and women of all ages, examining brochures and whispering among themselves. Gentlemen, shall we begin? A woman stands, extending her hand. She's Jessica Hart, a well-known venture capitalist known for her sharp instincts and cutthroat business acumen. As I pitch, Jessica's eyes never waver from mine, her gaze assessing every word I say. I talk about revolutionary energy solutions, about making a substantial impact. I talk about the future. After the meeting, Jessica pulls me aside. Mike, I'm impressed, but I'm curious, what really drove you to start this venture now? The question catches me off guard. It's personal growth. I manage, not willing to divulge the whole truth. Jessica smiles thinly. Good. Sometimes personal upheavals lead to the best business decisions. Let's talk more over dinner. I have a proposition that might interest you. That evening, as the city lights begin to twinkle, I meet Jessica at a high-end restaurant. The atmosphere is a blend of elegance and confidentiality, perfect for discreet discussions. Mike, I believe in your vision, and I want to invest, she begins, her voice low. But I also want to offer you something more, a partnership of sorts. I lean in, intrigue. Go on. I have connections that could not only fund your startup but also help you on a more personal level. It seems you're looking for information, perhaps even leverage. The directness of her assumption stuns me. What do you mean? Jessica's eyes flicker with a secretive light. Let's just say I know what it's like to be betrayed. I also know how to gather information. My resources could help you find out everything about your wife's new life. A mix of excitement and unease churns within me, and in return, you push forward with your project. Make it successful. And of course, I'll own a portion of the company. As we shake hands, the deal is sealed. Not just a business venture, but an alliance formed in the shadows of personal grievances. Jessica Hart is more than just an investor, she's a powerful ally with motives of her own. Later, as I lay in bed, thoughts swirling, I realize the game has indeed changed. My journey for personal and professional redemption has begun, and now, with unexpected allies and resources, the path to uncovering the truth about my wife's betrayal feels suddenly clear. The phone on my nightstand buzzes. It's a message from Jessica. Meeting tomorrow, 8 a.m. We start your training on intelligence gathering. Be ready, Mike. As I turn off the light, my last thought is filled with a cold determination. This isn't just about my comeback anymore. It's about unraveling a mystery that's as personal as it is painful, and I am ready for whatever comes next. The crisp morning air bites at my skin as I make my way to the glass-fronted building where Jessica's office resides. The city is just waking up, the early rays of sunlight glinting off the tall buildings. Today isn't just another day, it's the beginning of a deeper dive into a world I never knew I would be part of. Jessica greets me in the lobby, her presence commanding and poised. Ready to learn what it takes to gather intelligence, Mike? I nod, though apprehension knits my brows together. I'm ready. What's the plan? She leads me to a secure room, high above the bustling streets, a nest of technology and screens. This, she gestures broadly, is where we monitor investments, risks, and people. Today, you learn the latter. Jessica introduces me to Liam, a former intelligence officer turned private security consultant. His handshake is firm, his gaze piercing. We'll start with the basics of surveillance, both digital and physical. By the end, you'll know how to find anyone. The hours blur as Liam and Jessica take me through databases, social media tricks, and tracking strategies. It's a lot to absorb, but my focus sharpens with every new piece of knowledge. This isn't just about technology. It's about understanding human behavior. Time for a field test, Liam announces after a session on surveillance ethics. There's more to this than just sitting behind a screen. The field test proves to be in a bustling part of the city. Liam points out the subtle tells of people trying to remain unnoticed. See that man with the newspaper? Watch how he's scanning the crowd, not reading. He's part of our team, but in real scenarios, such figures could be your key to deeper information. By the end of the day, I'm exhausted but equipped with a beginner's toolkit to start my own investigations. As we head back, Jessica pulls me aside. You did well today, Mike. But remember, this isn't just about your wife. It's about understanding why she left, what she's seeking. Maybe then, you'll see the bigger picture. I ponder her words as I return home. She's right. I need to know everything, not just for the sake of my bruised heart, but to truly grasp the reasons behind her departure. I set up my laptop, initiating searches with the tools I've learned today. Hours later, a breakthrough, a blog post about a trendy new art gallery that opened last month, featuring a photograph of the opening night. There, amidst the chic crowd, is my wife, arm in arm with a young, charismatic artist, the owner of the gallery. The sight stings less than I expect. Instead, the cool, calculating mindset settles in. I need to know who this artist is, what hold he has over her, and what this means for their future and mine. The next morning, I craft a plan to visit the gallery under the guise of a potential buyer. This isn't just a reconnaissance mission. It's my first step into the world she's chosen over ours. I'm not just following her. I'm entering her new life, ready to understand and perhaps disrupt it. As I set out, my newfound skills at the ready, a sense of purpose steadies my nerves. I'm not the man I was, blinded by pain and betrayal. I'm someone forged anew by necessity and the unyielding desire to uncover the truth. This is more than a game of love and betrayal now. It's a strategic battle, and I am fully engaged. The sleek facade of the gallery reflects the golden hues of the setting sun as I approach, my heart a mix of trepidation and resolve. Dressed in my best casual attire, I push through the glass doors, entering a world of vibrant colors and abstract forms. The gallery buzzes with the soft murmurs of art aficionados, the air rich with the scent of wine and oil paint. I scan the room for her, the woman who once shared my life, but instead, my eyes catch the artist, the charismatic man from the blog photo. He moves through the crowd with an easy grace, his laughter light and engaging. "May I help you?" a soft voice inquires. Turning, I face a young woman with keen eyes and a welcoming smile. I'm interested in the collections, perhaps starting with something from the owner himself. "Of course," she replies, guiding me through the gallery. "Are you familiar with his work?" "Somewhat," I say, my voice even. "I heard about this place recently and was intrigued." As she discusses the art, I subtly observe the interactions around me, searching for any sign of my wife. Then, amidst a cluster of enthusiasts, I spot her. She looks different, livelier, more radiant. She laughs at something the artist says, touching his arm lightly. Feeling a surge of conflicting emotions, I step closer until I'm within earshot. "Excuse me," I interject smoothly, as if noticing her for the first time. "Aren't you?" Her smile freezes as she turns, her eyes widening in recognition. "Mike? What are you? How did you find me?" Before I can answer, the artist steps forward, his expression one of polite curiosity. "Is there a problem here?" "No, not at all." I manage, my voice calm despite the storm inside. "I was just surprised to see an old friend." We exchange a few strained pleasantries, and I can tell she's unsettled. I excuse myself, promising to return and move away to gather my thoughts. Minutes later, she finds me, her expression a blend of defiance and guilt. "Mike, I can explain," she starts. "I think you owe me that much," I reply, my tone more curious than bitter. She takes a deep breath. "I didn't leave because of him, not really. It was more about me, about needing to find my own space, something I couldn't do with you anymore." Her words sting, but they also open a door to the understanding I've been seeking. "And him?" I nod towards the artist. "He'd inspired me, but it's not what you think. I'm not with him. I came here to rediscover myself through art, something I lost in our life together." The revelation hits, unexpected yet clear. "So this was never about leaving me for someone else?" "No, Mike. It was about finding myself. I'm sorry I hurt you, but I had to do this." The truth, sharp and profound, settles between us. We talk more, the conversation a cathartic release of years of unspoken frustrations and dreams deferred. In the end, I leave the gallery with a sense of closure. The betrayal I'd imagined gives way to a mutual understanding of our failed expectations and lost connections. She remains at the gallery, finding her new beginning, while I step out into the cool evening, ready to continue the journey I had started. Not with vengeance, but with a new perspective on life and love. As I walk, my phone vibrates. It's a message from Jessica. "Heard you went to the gallery. Hope you found what you were looking for." I smile, typing back. "More than you know. Let's meet soon." I have new plans, and this time they're about moving forward, not looking back. The city lights flicker as I pocket my phone, a path unfolding before me, rich with possibility and free from the shadows of the past.